All right, we're gonna watch a video by Leaflit called "I Can't Believe This Happened." What happened, you ask? Well, you know, it was a little bit spoiled already based on the thumbnail. It looks like the Trainwrecks debate from way long ago. A very, very interesting time. Let's see what Leaflit has to say about it. I do know it was noteworthy for having a lot of big names in it. It had Asmongold, I think it had Hasan in it, it had J Fuentes in it. And notably, shortly after this, I believe J Fuentes was banned from Twitch. So, should be interesting. Let's see.
This debate made history. Oh, let's see here. Oh, wait, what is this? No. This is, no, what?
Oh, had Destiny as well.
This is not real.
I forgot Destiny was there.
Comatose, Jelly, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you.
We're going to see another.
Wait, is Leaflit really not aware of this debate? It was pretty huge.
Debate like this. We have Neko Fuentes, Asmongold, Destiny, Hasan Piker, Sargon of Akkad, all on one.
Oh, I forgot Sargon was there too. It was an insane lineup. They don't it doesn't happen like this anymore. Why it doesn't happen, I don't know. Why don't they do this again?
About right-wing terror versus left-wing terror, okay? Right-wing terror versus left-wing terror.
This was years ago, so it's really interesting to see how time has proven some of these guys wrong and others right.
Everybody has their shooters. That was the point. The point was to say that if you look at any political ideology that you could even interpret as moderate, none of them intrinsically are more violent than any other, even if that's the case, then it's marginal.
The landscape has clearly changed, which is why now this is so...
Spoiler alert, Asmon just exists there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anything coming out of that debate, about Asmon. I don't remember Asmon having a significant part of that. He was there. I think the biggest part was that he was there. Beyond that, I don't think he really, did anything noteworthy, but... Yeah. It's not 2016 anymore. True.
Interesting to look at.
Now, you would probably disagree with
2016 was an interesting time. And in fact, we could learn a thing about 2016 going back there. Although many people don't want to revisit it for good reasons, I guess. Asmon and Train were moderators. Oh, were they? Okay, that would make more sense if that's true.
But you say that to simply observe these massive demographic changes that are happening in Western countries is in and of itself something that is a call to violence. So this sort of argument, which is so derivative about which is still more capitalism or communism, I think the point was to say that if you're advocating communism, certainly we can find people that have killed in the name of communism. If you're advocating socialism, we can find people have killed in the name of paganism in the last 10 years.
Well, yeah, so the problem isn't
but two, more importantly...
You see Destiny, I'm sorry, it's so good. Destiny seething, Destiny freaking out. He wanted to respond so badly. He waited patiently. You saw his jaw twitch. He was about to go off. And then Hasan started talking, and then he took fucking mental damage. He took emotional damage. You can see him wincing. He's being inflicted personal damage with Hasan interrupting his response to J Fuentes. But so far, I mean, all of them are unlocked. Well, I guess they were probably taking turns. I think they were taking turns with who spoke. But either way, J Fuentes was correct. He was correct, and he still is correct in this. But let me go back a little bit. You can see the pain. It reminds me of that Simpsons clip with Ralph, where it's you can pinpoint the exact moment his heart breaks. you can pinpoint the exact moment you broke his heart, or whatever they said. And it's and now. If I go back though, hold on. Can I go back? Did I ruin it? Did I break it? Oh, I'm fucking with the volume now. God damn, I hate YouTube's using this with a keypad. It's annoying. But all right, keep an eye on Destiny. He's waiting for J Fuentes to finish talking. He's about to go off, and then he gets interrupted by Hasan. Watch Destiny's face.
But two, more importantly than that, sorry, Destiny, I just need to make one point. One, you can't.
You can't what? Find examples of people
Rex.
Killing in the name of communism?
Oh, no.
Yeah, what?
And two,
you can.
There are some people who have done that, but more importantly than that, the ideology itself is an economic reorganization versus Nazism or fascism is based upon exclusion. And the principle of exclusion is...
What's up?
is
What's up, Leaflit?
a
Lay it on
never-ending
us.
fucking series of people becoming more and more violent in an effort
Fish.
to push out these people.
Next stream with Ember or Sorry, try to watch the syndicate video that HK Mark 25.
What the hell did Leaflit just say? Hold on.
Next stream with Ember or Sorry, try to watch the syndicate video that HK Mark 25.
And the many debates that you had with
I did not understand. I'm sorry, Leaflet. I did not understand a word you just said. The subtitles tried. The subtitles tried, and I did not understand. Something about it looked like the subtitles said Nick is streaming with Ember or something like that. I don't think that was correct though. I don't think because like who's Ember? I know Ember Paradox, and I don't think Nick is streaming with Ember Paradox. Maybe she said December. Remember the something of December. I forgot.
series of people becoming more and more violent in an effort to push out these people.
Next stream with Ember or Sorry, try to watch the syndicate video that HK Mark 25.
And the many debates that you had with Destiny outed you for having this sort of perspective. Am I incorrect?
Again, with the passive aggressive sort of up-talking. No, incorrect. Number one, you can point to people who have killed in the name of left-wing ideologies. The Kurds in the Middle East are communists, and they're among the most violent people in the world.
Yeah, they kill
ISIS. No. Are you stupid?
It's really interesting to look back
Answer yes.
at this time.
Are you
They're
stupid?
struggling
The answer
to
is
find
yes.
Examples of people who have killed and assassinated in the name of the left wing. Now we have Charlie Kirk, multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump, an entire organization of Antifa. It's just the list goes on.
Yeah,
if you're somebody like Lawrence, no, if you're making videos talking about how Western society is being destroyed, that the white man is going extinct, that we're being outbred and forced to take on this multicultural.
That was the language from an anime, actually. What Leaflet was saying, probably. But I was gonna say, like, you can tell, like, they're being so, and I hate using the term bad faith, but like, you can tell that Hasan and Destiny are arguing, like, they're so disingenuous to pretend like basically everyone else is saying, yeah, left or right, you can find people who have killed in the name of right-wing ideologies. You can find people who killed in the name of left-wing ideologies. That's a sensible position. Both sides have had people kill in the name of an ideology for that side. Sensible, reasonable, provable. You can tell it's disingenuous when someone's saying, no, actually, it's never been tried before. Real socialism or real communism has never killed anyone. If it did kill anyone, it's fake communism. It's like, all right, we're arguing with a moron. Or either they're moronic or they're intentionally being disingenuous. So... Yeah, Leaflet is watching the debate. Yeah, and Leaflet didn't know this happened, apparently. Leaflet seemed surprised, and I was shocked. I'm like, wait, Leaflet, you didn't know? You didn't know this happened? But, you know, it's fine. It's good. It's good that she's learning about this now, right?
Cut culture by Jews that are trying to outbreed and destroy white people. How can you not think that that's going to lead to some people? Well, fuck, maybe we should fucking kill these brown people. Like,
We could spin this around right on you, Destiny. If you make videos talking about how Trump supporters deserve to fear for their lives, conservatives should be afraid, could that not lead to violence?
People talking about how our elected representatives
That's true.
are...
Brent, okay, thank you so much for the 300. I can't believe
You're
Nick
welcome.
is taken seriously.
That with KK and
Wait, what? I can't believe Nick... What?
Brent, okay, thank you so much for the 300. I can't believe Nick is taken seriously.
that with
Oh, okay. She was reading the 300 bits, I think. Someone said, I can't believe Nick is taken seriously. She read it. I don't know what she feels about it yet. See, that's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting in this video. I'm curious to hear, and I think anyone who's watching this video is curious to hear the same thing. What is Leaflet's take on Nick Fuentes? Right? That's I think that's what everyone's thinking.
KK and Nazis, and they're hurting black people and they're stealing the product of their labor. How could you not believe that the only conclusion is to take up arms? The difference is maybe that left-wing people are just pussies who don't follow through to their logical conclusions.
What we are seeing is many on the left wing following through to their logical conclusion now.
You know, Hasan wants to talk about people stealing the product of their labor. I'm this tough communist. I love communism and everything. But he doesn't actually want to do anything about it. He doesn't actually even believe that.
Well, that's cool. Wait, no, if that's actually...
Oh shit! It's working. He stoked the flames. He hit right on the nerve. You see Hasan. Look at Hasan's face, and then Destiny fucking shoots out, screams out of the fucking starting gate. Like he shoots out, like he gets freaked out. Look, I tried socialism in a Minecraft server and it worked perfectly. Cat nerd, right? Right? It worked on Minecraft, so it should work IRL, right? Leaflet is kind of a new fig leaf. True. New sprout. You're not surprised she didn't know? I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Well, she wasn't always in politics, right? So maybe, yeah, it could be new to her. That makes sense. Let's go back. Let's go back. Watch. Like, Nick Fuentes is very good about striking right on someone's nerve, and then he's like triggering them. We can see in real time Hasan's face. He's getting triggered, and then Destiny gets full blown fucking triggered and goes off. Like, okay.
We are seeing is many on the left wing following through.
So Hasan's
to their logical
face, and then
conclusion
Destiny
now.
freaks
You know,
out.
Hasan wants to talk about people stealing the product of their labor. I'm this tough communist. I love communism and everything. But he doesn't actually want to do anything about it. He doesn't actually even believe
He doesn't actually want to do anything about it, and then there he gets triggered by that, and then Destiny starts like machine gun mouth going.
Because
that.
I'm
Well, that's cool. Wait, no, if
I
that's
actually
your argument,
believe
if
that
that's your
stuff.
argument, then you just made the argument for us. If
I
that's going to be your
believe these
argument,
injustices
if
are
that's
happening, but
if
people do
that
anything about it.
listen, if that's going to be your
I like
argument,
how
then you just make it
Asmongold is
left wing
just
people are pussy, so I
chilling.
don't really care about hateful
Asmon's just chilling.
rhetoric on the left. If right wing people are going to go and actually fucking kill people, then that's the rhetoric I want to stop.
So Destiny's logic is that I am going to be more concerned about the ideology that is actually leading to examples of violence. Well, we have more examples of.
Oh, look, yeah, and I'm sure this guy is about to say it. Look what happened to Kirk. Now we have a prime example of ideologies leading to violence, right? They wanted to pretend like there's no such thing. There's no such thing. It's never happened. Left-wing ideology leading to violence never happened. And yet, provably, time has proven, actually, you guys are retarded. You guys are dumb. You guys are clearly either lying or just moronic or intentionally disingenuous. Yeah. This is like ancient lore. Most of the people who know about this are people who are actually around back then. True.
Violence coming from the left today, and the position seems to have completely changed.
Thank you
It's
for
like,
agreeing with me,
wow.
Nick.
Thank you for making our argument for us, Nicholas
The thing that
Fuentes.
you're missing there is that
Yeah, you
left-wing
think you
people
won
are
that
actually
one.
not
That's
just
hilarious
pussy.
to me.
It's really interesting to see the hypocrisy that has been exposed over time.
Do you think you promote rhetoric that's like inclusive towards towards like people of other cultures or other colors inside your country, or do you think you're more exclusive?
Wait, why did they move? Why did they shift the cameras around? I don't know what happened, but they shifted the cameras around. Did someone leave? Maybe. Either way.
Nary.
And it seems like a weird question to ask.
It's a trap.
Do we promote rhetoric that is inclusive of other cultures in my country?
Yeah, like so. For instance, like, would you say something like, "I'm uncomfortable with so many people from different cultures immigrating here. I don't think they belong in my country." Would you be the kind of person to say that, or?
Sure.
You can
why
be
not?
uncomfortable about specific patterns that you're seeing. That doesn't necessarily correlate to the second statement.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the kind of person to say that.
Okay.
But someone who would say that would.
It does seem like a loaded question. Like Destiny's intentionally asking a loaded question. He's trying to get them to say, like, I don't know. He's trying to get him to agree that he's in an unreasoned argument or something along those lines. To say, yes, I am in a fearful, unreasoned argument. I believe.
definitely be
Who the
punished
fuck
in
is
many
Leaflit?
various different ways.
Well, but basically, what I'm trying to get at is, what is your
This is after the break. Also, Train was fucking with the format in real time. Okay.
prescription? So
It's been so long. Honestly, I need to go back at some point and rewatch it myself. It has been so long that I need to revisit it.
a person on the left oftentimes would say we shouldn't. And I'm using left in like the progressive sense here. A person on the left would say we shouldn't platform radicalizing speech that could cause other people to go down this tunnel of becoming hateful of other cultures that will lead some of them
Oh, yeah.
into killing people.
The left
Back
wing.
yeah.
then, the problem was speech that could radicalize. Today, that doesn't seem to be an issue at all for Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny is trying to portray it as right wing is radical. Like radicalizing rhetoric is right wing exclusive. That is what Destiny's trying to claim. And ironically, as history has proven, that obviously that's not true. Or at least it's not solely on the right wing.
And
Yeah.
wasn't Destiny just demonetized? This didn't age well.
So I'm curious, what is your
I don't-
prescription
I
to
think
stop
that's
that from
false.
happening?
I think that's
Wait, you
false.
think
I
what part
think-
of that is false?
I'll let you know if you just stop interrupting me, Destiny.
Okay.
I think that Nick's right. I think these people existing and having a voice isn't what inherently radicalizes people. I think it's when they feel they can't.
Why are
do
they talking
anything,
fast?
And when they're getting suppressed.
Well,
and, frankly,
they think it makes them more
oppressed
right, really.
Is when they start radicalizing.
It is kind of like a Destiny for sure does this, whether intentional or not. I believe it's intentional, but Destiny does this. It's like one name for it. I think is Gish Gallop. It's a debate strategy in which you shove so much shit out at once. You kind of machine gun mouth a bunch of shit, so many different things that your opponent can't keep track of it all. or can't respond to it all. Like you're shooting out so much shit out of your mouth that they can't possibly kind of negate everything you said. And then when they say something and it goes back to your turn, you're like, well, why didn't you address this? Why didn't you address this? Seems you don't have an answer for this. It is a debate strat, you know. Neck, don't you know the news trademark said 90% of political violence in the U.S. are right-wing extremism? True. The news does say this.
And that is exactly how it has played out. We've seen the rise of Nick Fuentes even more. We're seeing...
Oh, that's a good one. Clarity says, how do you beat Destiny in a debate? Andrew Wilson says, ask him to repeat what he just said. True.
The
True.
protests erupt in the UK for this very reason.
I actually think that having...
Yeah, you're having, like, cases right now and
Oh, yeah. Gish galloping formally is a debate tactic in formal debates where you make more points than can be addressed in the rebuttal. Yeah, exactly.
in the UK, and like I just seen some stuff about this on X. I don't really know like the full details of it, but just like people straight up walking into like areas where there's like migrant housing and just kicking them all out. There's been like a crazy shit going on.
Nick, on this is a really good start. This kind of let's just hear what they have to say.
And again, it's because they don't feel like there's any other option because the government is completely shitting on them, right? The government is not enforcing the rule of law evenly. So it's just, they're just like, well, fuck it. I guess we just go full anarchy then, right?
And we don't have to agree with them.
Yeah, Sargon.
What we shouldn't do is pathologize them and like anathematize them. I think that that's what really makes
big
them
words
radical. And I'm not saying this as someone who agrees with their perspective. I don't. But there might be some things that they're saying that are true, and maybe we should actually listen and like pay attention to the true thing and adopt it as part of ourselves.
What?
As part of what
I can't listen to Sargon for too long.
So now the debate turns to the ability to observe a true thing. Nick,
like Sargon says some good things, but then like I don't know, the way he says it and the way he tries to like corral it into we need to be like pussies is like I don't know. It's annoying. At one point in my life, you know, way back in the day, I used to watch Sargon. Way back. And you know, now it's like no, I can't stomach it as well. It's so funny that Sargon argued that decensoring Nick would make people less radical. Liberals are so delusional. True. Exactly. Yeah. Pseudo-intellectual. Yeah, basically.
Is the example of James Watson, who made an observation about discrepancies in average IQ amongst groups divided by
racial
race.
Groups.
He simply said this is something that is true. He got his Nobel Prize revoked. He got shut down from every university. He's not allowed to speak anymore. They're taking everything. This is one of the most famous, important scientists in the history of the world.
Swindon.
And he issued a mea culpa. He said, I'm sorry. I was reckless. I didn't really mean that. But they completely deplatformed this guy. He actually, I don't think they took his Nobel Prize away. He had to sell it because he's literally running out of money because nobody will host him anywhere. He can't get a job in university. And so when you look at something like that,
they tried
you
to
really
silence
begin to wonder, at what point does this system tolerate any kind of dissent? You have to wonder, maybe
the guy who
maybe
discovered
it's not
DNA,
so much, you don't see left-wing terrorism because it's not.
It was trying,
violent,
So basically, they're talking about. I think it was the guy. They said Watson, right? The guy who discovered DNA. Whatever. Whether it's him or someone who just had a large part of it, this was someone who was, you know, a well-established, prominent scientist who was rather important. Who specifically said it was Crick. I don't know, but either way, that's why I tried to clarify a little bit. This was someone who had an important piece of DNA research, and at the very least, to say the least, and they were trying to say that they believe, or at least from what they've seen based on their research, that there is a, you know, there are things that correlate based on racial group and DNA and IQ status. This, you know, just that certain racial groups have certain ranges of DNA that seem to be common. It's basic shit like this. And they tried to silence him. They tried to remove his, retroactively remove his Nobel Prize. They tried to, they labeled him a racist. They labeled him all kinds of things on the, in the media. So, yeah, Watson says it's genetic, basically, yeah. They accept that skin color is DNA based, but not IQ. Yeah, it's like they're willing to accept all kinds of things are based on DNA. They're like, DNA is the fabric, or it's like the code of our existence. It controls everything except IQ. IQ cannot possibly be coded in DNA. It cannot possibly be that different groups that vary, the different groups that are formed in, you have these DNA groups, you have these DNA groups. It cannot possibly be that these different groups have varying levels of IQ. Can't happen. Not possible. Apparently. But yeah, so they tried to silence them, and that's what they're talking about.
Because there's no reason for them to commit asymmetrical anti-state terrorism. A right-wing person is on the outs. They're on the fringe. Who do they have to look up to in media, government, anywhere? A left-wing person, you've got all these major corporations.
Are we gonna do one point, or is he...
Wait.
Right-wing person is on the outs. They're on the fringe. Who do they have to look up to in media, government, anywhere? A left-wing person, you've got.
Dude, you think Asmongold's like listening to this in real time? But it could be me though.
I didn't hear the full sentence yet. I heard her say, "Do you think Asmongold's listening to this in real time?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, look at Asmon. I'm like, "Do you think he's listening to this in real time?" Well, I would hope he's there. Like, we can see he's physically there. I would hope he's listening to this in real time. But yeah, okay. She means like he's getting inspired by this. Maybe. I don't know why Asmon recently kind of started going down the Zionist route. For a little bit, Asmon was kind of going down the far right path. And then around the time of the Iran war that kicked off not too long ago, he started going hardcore in the Zionist path. So I don't know what happened, but it's a little weird.
Asmongold's like listening to this in real time, but it could be me though.
All these major corporations, all
do one point, or is
let's go ahead.
Time has kind of proven this. Now we have Trump in power. The left is out of power, and what do we see?
That was the moment. The moment he knew.
Different groups of people have different average heights. This is probably genetic. That's probably just the way things are, right? But that doesn't make them any less human.
If you divide people into any groups, and
it's so useless of a metric to be like, how human are we? It's so useless, and it almost feels like, and maybe it is an intentional fucking like political tool to be like, we're all human. We all bleed red. We all bleed red, white, and blue. We're all human. Race is just skin deep. It's such political nonsense. It's like, okay, useless. Saying that is useless. You don't, that's not scientific. It means nothing. It's just flowery language it's feel good language. It means nothing. We can provably, like, we have the stats, we have the studies, we can prove that different racial groups have differing IQs, differing abilities, differing muscle masses, differing skeletal structures to some degree. You can argue about how significant it is, but there are differences. There are reasonable differences. And honestly, I would go as far as to say that the way we mark species or like how we designate species, subspecies, categories in animals, we deliberately don't do in humans, even though we could. If we were to take the same classification standards we do in animals, such as this is all the different bird species, all the different like random ass things, like, I don't know, for any animal, wolf species, dog species, whatever, fuck. If we were to take the same metrics we use there and apply it to humans, it would be completely politically incorrect, and we can't do that, and people's feelings will be hurt, so we can't do that. We can't do that at all. If we were to be honest, if we were to be truly honest and scientific, I think we would argue the races are like breeds of human. They're like subcategories. They may even be different species. If you want to argue we're all Homo erectus, you might argue that, Europeans versus the Asians versus the East Asians versus the Africans, these are all like subcategories, subspecies, or even different breeds, or, the way we separate these animals in different in the different kingdoms aside from humanity, it could be done in humanity as well, but it's politically incorrect, so we don't. And it's frustrating, and it has gotten to people like are deluded by this. This has gotten to people where they're like, no, there's one race, the human race. It's like, all right, instantly I can tell you are a fucking idiot. Instantly I can tell you are like, you don't know what you're talking about.
measure the average of any trait,
Yeah.
height, strength, intelligence, whatever it is, there's going to be a disparity.
Yeah, because it's genetic. Oh, there's a
doesn't
lot
seem
of genetic
controversial.
factors, obviously.
Yeah, they'll concede that dog breeds have different IQs, but they can cope, or they cope by saying that it's only because of artificial selection and that natural selection can't do that. Yeah, and they have no reason to, like, there's literally nothing they can present that'll prove that. It's purely like feel-good beliefs, right? Inbred caveman trogs can also be, quote, human. Yeah, right. It's a useless designation. It can make people less human. Some people have more Neanderthal DNA. True. Yeah, basically. They just want to create the illusion that there's only one species of sapient hominid on Earth, so that we won't view them as ecologically invasive. True. Yeah.
Doesn't
Holy
mean
shit,
they
is Sargon going full race
less
realism?
human rights.
I think so.
It does. You can sit in denial.
What's wrong
of
with that?
Whatever the,
Yeah, this
this
is the
thing's
thing.
Yeah, base leaflet. Destiny's like, is Sargon going full race realism? Leaflet's like, what's wrong with that?
This is the thing. This always happens where you try to bring up like the statistics of a thing, and then people just start laughing, like, "Ha ha ha! I can't believe you'd say something like
Yeah,
that." But like, is
as
it
if a
really,
laugh is an
it a
argument.
lie even? And again, it's not even saying that everybody in that group is like a fucking retard or something like that, right? It just means that there is some kind of factor, which could include things like just culture, genetics, environment. Like, there's a bunch of factors that could lead into this, right? But then, how do you fix that, or
Race
how
realism?
do you even?
As if race is imaginary? Maybe. Or even just race, race is real, but like, I don't know. The terms we use, it has been intentionally diluted, or like the language has been severely and methodically controlled, centering specifically around race for like decades, if not longer.
Begin to accommodate or address it if you can't even say that there's an issue.
And I don't even.
This is like the problem that we have with like DEI and stuff. It's like we can't even talk about the issue. All we can do is just say, oh, it's like unfair because of some other reasons. Like there couldn't be. So you're telling me that there.
You can't tell if I'm agreeing with Leaflit. I mean, so far Leaflit hasn't said a lot, but I mean, I haven't heard anything Leaflit said that I disagreed with. The only time Leaflit said anything that I disagreed with was when she read the donation that said that I can't believe Nick is taken it seriously. But I don't think that was her expressing her opinion. I think that was her just reading a donation.
Couldn't be like some possible other reasons that like we could actually target and fix the root issue rather than continuously putting band-aids on it. And this is the problem, is like they don't want to even talk about the truth. They don't want to talk about any real solutions. It's all like band-aids and bullshit just so that like they can keep feeling good about themselves. It doesn't have
True.
anything to do with actually solving the problem for real people.
Real
why these things
people.
are like that, right?
Just the other day, I made a video
Real
examining
human being.
Destiny, making the opposite argument to what he's saying here.
He was interested in exploring like race realism.
Okay. He's an evolutionary biologist. It's an appropriate topic to explore, right?
Yeah.
Observing that race is biologically real.
Yeah, just thank you so much for the sub. Thank you.
Why is that controversial?
But there is
Yeah,
no
why
doubt
is it
that there
controversial?
are
Exactly.
differences between groups of
That's my
humans.
point. It's like their entire argument. Like this is always the argument. You're like, okay, so there's these patterns, right? Like there's these patterns. Here's the data. The data shows this. Is there anything we can do to like? And their answer is always, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Various
Basically,
different
and that's not an
factors.
argument. Fucking, who was it? Was it Molyneux? Who is it that says like, not an argument? That's not an argument. Going. Or going like, or laughing at it, ha ha ha! You're so crazy. You're so out there. You can't possibly be real. Like those are not arguments. Those are not. You're not presenting any facts. You're not presenting any like research or any evidence for. You're not even making a claim. You're just laughing off or pretending like it's unreasonable to even consider it. Sargon's pretending that people have differing levels of melanin in their skin. Oh my god, what a retard, right? Who would think this? I wish he would ask Destiny why the NBA is full of basketball Americans. That's a good question. Yeah, why is that? Can it possibly be because of differences in DNA groups?
Is in
Matter.
doubt. That is a highly contentious point,
That's a
Sargon.
fucking stupid thing to say, Destiny.
No, that's not.
That's
There
a
are over
really dumb
200.
thing to say.
No.
No two people are the same.
But
Therefore,
leaf
no two
reality
groups
is
can be the
racist.
same.
Okay, what if it was? What if reality was racist and that reality did show that there were differences in people? Do you solve that by digging a hole in the sand and sticking your fucking head into it? Does that
No.
solve the problem? Does
Clearly
it solve
not.
fucking anything? By being honest about the problem and being like, okay, like these are this is the data. We can actually from there then come up with like an actual fix that will fix the root cause of the issue, rather than just making shit up all the time and just basically patching it up like a sinking ship.
Just because there are some traits that may or may not be factored related to.
All right, there you go. Okay, so I don't know if they asked him directly, but you basically had Destiny tacitly admitting right here that just because there are some traits can be handled by DNA. He's admitting, he's conceded a part of the argument. He has conceded that some traits can be controlled by DNA in different racial groups. But he's gonna say, for whatever reason, for no real logical reason, for whatever reason, he's gonna stop. He's gonna say it stops at the brain. The brain does not. No, it doesn't go to the brain. Every other biological component of the human body can be affected. Just it stops at the brain, though.
Your fucking genetics doesn't mean that we can say something like intelligence, which is a highly polygenetic trait. It's something that can be.
I'm talking about height.
Okay, if you want to talk about height, nobody's going to disagree with you. But this is called a Martin Bailey, right?
You've just conceded the whole point.
Do you think that, Nick? Do you think that in any way it was irresponsible for him to express that while it's not?
Bro, I don't know what's going on, but this Asmongold seems so soft-spoken. This Asmongold seems so soft-spoken. Sorry.
Do you think that in any way it was irresponsible for him to express that while it's not necessarily his his area of expertise?
I think that's absurd. No, I think people give their unsolicited opinions on areas that are not their expertise all the time. What are we all doing here?
At the end of the day, all we can do is do our best to articulate what we believe
he's going full
to
race
be true
realist
to the best of our ability.
He admits it. He does.
The best evidence that we have.
Dude, did this interview?
That's how Asmon used to be.
What changed Asmon? Was it this interview? It's like.
What are we all doing here if that's such a crime?
Don't you know? I don't think that's entirely true, because don't you feel like he has a responsibility as being somebody who is a scientist and whose opinion will by default be taken more seriously, to take a larger amount
this is such a weird
caution whenever he's saying things like this that could be interpreted in a way. And I don't think you can necessarily treat the person who, even as you
this is also, I think this is okay, yes, Asmon has changed a lot. Asmon has developed a lot from this point, right? But I have a feeling this in particular, Awuga, oh my god, thanks for the Awuga redeem. But I think this in particular is why Asmon shies away intentionally. He intentionally shies away from any sort of confrontation or any sort of direct debate. I have a feeling his encounter here showed him he felt a little bit out of his depth. Maybe. I mean, you're saying he's a moderator, but I still think he doesn't seem to be, I don't know. Maybe that's because he's a moderator, but I feel like it's something beyond that.
Said, discovered DNA as just an average person who's talking about something that they don't know about, especially when it's so close to what he's actually so well known for.
No, I don't think that's irresponsible at all. I think it's irresponsible to not tell the truth, frankly. You know, our society is falling apart because people prefer nice lies as opposed to hard truths, and that's irresponsible.
So you're saying what he said was true? Like that?
I'm saying if he believes,
it's just like Asmon just seems so different. You know, he seems a lot more timid, I guess.
What he's saying is true. It's irresponsible to not tell the truth.
But I guess I would be too on that, if I think of it. If I was on the panel with 6 people, I would not say anything either. I'd be like, I'd be so quiet, to be honest.
Bro, is this true? Would Leaflit be shy and timid? I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if maybe, I don't know. Leaflit, I challenge you to a debate. We'll debate race realism. No, it's I only challenge because I know she'll be timid, easily overcome. No, I don't know. But yeah, so it is still crazy to me that Leaflet's never seen that, but it is good that she's seen it now, you know? It's good that she's seen it now. She didn't really give her opinion. I was hoping she would give an opinion on Nick in particular, but I kind of feel that we can read between the lines, and it sounds like she doesn't dislike Nick. I didn't see her, like, she didn't disagree with anything Nick said. So, yeah. If you were on a panel with Nick, you'd be shy and timid too? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I would too. I don't know. Hard to say. Hey, let me on the panel. I'll try.